Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to create your exploded drawing. I'm sure you will have worked out how to do it already, but this will just give you a little bit more information. One thing I want to introduce to you at this stage is this menu along the top. And this allows you to show different kind of display versions of your product. Okay, now you can add these display versions to your isometric or your final design. It's completely up to you, really. But it shows what it looks like, obviously, when it's been colored in, and you'll have done that as part of your construction of your product as you were doing it. It shows it with textures, but interestingly, what it also does, if I can just orbit around, I'm just going to take the shadows off for a moment. Oops. Is it allows you to look at it from a number of different kind of viewpoints. So there's the wireframe. So at a glance, that will show somebody else exactly how your product's been constructed, okay? It will also allow you to see kind of hidden detail. So in this drawing, if I just zoom in, you can see how Roshni's product was manufactured underneath all the different layers. That's really a really impressive thing to put in your folder. And again, this is kind of semi-transparent. Let's have a look, hover over, what does it say? X-ray version. So if you were to include this in your folder, I think the examiners would love it. So print screen, I'm just going to add that in. And pop that in there. And suddenly you're starting to display some really kind of advanced skills for a GCSE student. Okay. Okay, obviously you need to label what's going on here and explain to the examiner what you're trying to show with the design, but effectively that's there. Okay, so onto the exploded drawing then. Back to Google SketchUp. Just going to go back to the kind of normal texture view. Now, with the exploded view, what you need to be able to do is show how the product's been assembled in all its different parts. You can use the exploded view also with your cutting list, okay? Now, you will have all seen exploded view drawings before. So whenever you get flat pack furniture from somewhere like IKEA, the product will be displayed in an exploded view, okay? Now, the thing to remember with an exploded view is that all the parts must be in line with each other, okay? So there's no point in taking the individual bits and placing them in no relation towards each other, because that doesn't show how the product's been assembled. What you need to be able to do is explode it in line, okay? So the examiner or whoever's looking at your folder can see how the products are assembled. Now, both of these products, both of these parts are grouped, obviously. So in order to enter a group, you need to double click onto it, and then there we go. Now, Roshni's product is actually quite complex. What Roshni might decide to do is do the bottom part as an exploded drawing and then the top part as an exploded drawing, but that would be down to Roshni's discretion. I'm just going to, oops. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm going to at least do some of it. Okay, now you can see how the drawing is going to start to look. This looks quite confusing, so I might change the view so I get a better, and I think, well, actually, Roshni, I think I'll probably do these as two separate pieces just so you can see them. Okay, I would also be tempted, just because it's so easy, I'll be tempted to add some measurements to this. So go to View, Toolbars, I think it's Construction there, yep, there you go. And then I can add measurements on, just because it's so easy, I might as well. And you never know, you might get you some extra credit here or there. Okay, now once your drawing has been exploded, and so that you're happy that you can see all the detail, then what you'll need to do is print screen, and again add it to your folder. Sense checking at this point is really key. So show it to somebody else. Does the drawing make sense? Is it too complex? If somebody else can understand it, then you can be rest assured the examiner will be happy with it. If they don't understand it, if you're referring to another D&T student and they don't understand it, that means something's not quite right and you need to change something. Okay, but effectively that shows a really good way of showing your drawing. Okay.